morning. Welcome to another episode of the show, Wealth Clinic, where we talk about stock markets majorly and how you're meant to take a better investment decision. And today will not be an exception. We're going to start with the list of top gainers and losers and what you should take notes on the charts. Then we're going to talk about the roles of some regulators. We're talking about SEC, we're talking about CSCS, and we're talking about IST. We give the full meaning when we get into that segment. And of course, we've got earnings for earnings reports that actually came during the week. And a report from USAN about them studying of 51% to custodian allied, investment company instead of the proposed sharing of same to their shareholders. All of this after the break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's to the Wealth Clinic show, and I have Ambrose Omodium, investment analyst, with me in the studio. Ambrose, how are you?
I'm very fine.
Good morning. Of course, you're very fine. Anything that has to, anytime it comes to stock, you are always very fine.
Yes, so.
All right, without wasting time, let's get into it. Top five gainers, percentage gainers for yesterday. We've got AXA Master topping the list and gaining like 9.7%. And we have USCN, we have Jay's Bank, we've got MPF Microfinance Bank, Mutual Benefit, top five gainers. It's interesting to see that four of them are actually penny stocks. And do we still classify 6.6 naira telecom as penny?
It's for Nigeria, anything above 5 naira, but anything below 5 naira, but for me, it's still pennies too.
Oh, okay, the almighty USCN trading at 6 naira telecom, I think they can do better though, but that's by the way. So we've got them top five gainers here, and top five losers, percentage losers. We've got CAP, CAP, that's subsidiary of USCN too. Okay, then we got Total, Nigeria. Then we got Adora. For those wondering which stock that is, that is a former Fort Oil, former AP.
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Name change. Okay, then we've got Unilever, and we've got GSK Pharmaceutical. There, I'm thinking GSK on the top five percentage losers. Maybe is I'm sure it's profit taking because GSK is in the industry pharmaceutical, and they're really enjoying good results as of now. Well, Total results is not strange. Oil and gas beaten by this COVID impacts. Of course, same thing with Adora. Unilever, fast-moving goods, they've been suffering beaten for a while too. CPN too. So I'm not saying anything strange here.
It's a reflection of their performance.
Yeah, reflection of the sector. Yeah, it's expected. The mutual benefits, XM side, of course, insurance sector. They're doing well in this. It's surprising, but maybe we're just trying to get used to seeing them gaining.
Like what you just said now, my friend who called me last night was saying the market is just changing. Like what he's seeing is not what he expected. I said, you can't predict the market totally. Yes, we're thinking that the two half-year numbers will bring the market further down. but we can see that even it's helping the market to recover faster because the numbers beat a lot of analysts and market watchers expectation, and it's good for the market, and also it tells you that investors are now changing their thinking and their strategy, and for the market to be off for good 3 days now, certainly it tells you that this positive numbers has changed sentiment already now. That means what we're expecting now to start seeing liquidity moving to the equity asset. And it's not far fetched because if you look at the interest environment as we speak now and the yield curve for other investment windows, they are all negative because of what the high inflation. For that, if you really want to hedge against inflation, the only way to look at is to look the world for equity market, because most of the equity market, their dividend is above 12%, and you know that today as we speak now, inflation is already 12.56%. And you can see that stock like UCAP, Zenith Bank, many of them are giving you 15 to 16% yield. That means you are buying those stocks at this low price. See, that's why you see there's a change in the market now, moving from one sector to that. What I called earlier, sector rotation. Look for where opportunity. You said it all that for the oil sector now, we see that all the numbers in that sector are really in red. Apart from just the 111 PSE that recorded a decline in the performance, but others are attractively red. It tells you that, and also you can't blame them when movement has always been done for about almost 2 months, no movement. It's going to happen. Consumption of fuel will also drop, no matter how it is, because people are not moving. But the good thing is that the sentiment in the market is looking up now, and this earnings season has opened investors' eyes to see how they can take investment decision between now and end of the quarter. I always say that as an investor, have your investment goal. If you don't have investment goal, we are following Mr. A. Mr. A, strategy is very for Mr. B strategy. Have your own goal, and that your goal will guide you to have strategy that will meet that goal. But if you don't have goal, how will you develop your strategy? You need to set your investment goal. And now that we have seen earnings, you see what is happening in investment, in the interest environment and the economy in general. Know where you should pinch your tent now as an investor. A lot of people that don't go into investment window that you do not understand. Learn where you are, up your knowledge, and invest wisely. Because I see that this equity market, as we are saying, from 2021 to 2020, they will expect to have a long bull run. Why? Because prices of equities are low. And if all this injection we're seeing from CBN and others, the number we're seeing now, time reflecting now from third quarter, we're seeing at the end of the last quarter of the year, we'll see improvement. Then when we are in 2021, by God's grace, things will slow. And look at the global economy. Oil has also refused to go down. Now, that's why things are moving up and down. It's around 42, 41 now. It's a thing that as they are easing lockdown here and there, internationally, consumption for oil will increase, especially when the international movements out here and there. I expect that the economy will recover faster than people expect, especially if vaccine for this COVID-19 is discovered. Now we know that we have the news that have discovered, but the cost will slow it down initially. But when going to 2021, the cost start dropping. You see, it will reduce fear and we see good economic activities. The stock that gained yesterday for Mansard, for me, Mansard, the results for school half year was fantastic for Mansard, and market reacting to it is not something I say is new. It's expected. Okay. When you see, I tell you that when you do well, people will pat your back. Oh, well done. If you do well, bad, market will treat you the way it is. For Mansard, the good number is there. But for UACN, the number was actually not impressive. But because of the news of selling the 51%,
we get to that.
It's what is just moving it. And for me, investors have to be very careful, even with the movement of the price now. For Jai's number.
Now, Jai's number, I'm just sorry to put in. I'm wondering why this stock is still at
this price.
This price.
No.
It's a good. The result they released so far, Q1,
Q2, yeah, full year, last full year, yeah.
I mean, they even outperformed some commercial banks that we
know.
So
Yes.
Then you keep wondering why it's just, I don't know why it's still at less than 60 kobo.
No, that is why I said it that your investment goal should guide you. The man that is thinking long term, I see potential in this stock can go long. But investors, traders like us, will be saying let the price come about. If you have seen potential in this company, can start gradually accumulating and start buying because you are thinking long.
What do you mean traders like you? 7.3% is not enough.
No.
Even for traders?
No, I was saying that for traders, we moved up. I touched 70 kobo, it came down. For long-term investor, don't be discouraged because of the price. You can be accumulating, and that's what I mean for a long-term investor. Okay. But for traders, you take your technical analysis, know where it is at, at support level, at resistance, you sell, you buy. Those ones is the movement reward. For those that know the future, where you're going, I tell you that anywhere in the world, the banking sector is an engine room. No matter what is happening now, that means as far as the business, you can think long with kind of stuff. Like what we said earlier before we came on board, that if you look also the agro business, go and check all the numbers for agro business for this half year. They are fantastic. They beat market expectation. Look at the price earnings from Okomu, from Presco, and from livestock. And livestock, like it's just stating like Jais around 62 to 67 kobo, and this stock has really from full year, first quarter and second quarter, show that they are really out of their loss position, and this is a future that that what our government is running and driving agriculture. That means you should look at this. Is a long-term thing you would think when you are an investor. You have your portfolio for long-term, portfolio for what? For short-term. Like I say, anybody that comes to me and say you can't do the two at once, you will be confused. Do have stock that you are buying for long-term, and do have when you are buying for trading, so that you know that this is my goal. Like if you are planning to get a house, in next 10 years, there's stuff that you can be buying to give you that. If you want to take care of yourself, pay rent, that's so that you can trade for that. Then you have your investment goal to spell out things for you as an investor. But in this part of the world, we think that what Mr. A is doing, let me do it. No, Mr. A has different goal, you have different goal. Let your goal help you to know. That's why if you come to invest data, we'll tell you that this strategy is for traders, this strategy is for long-term investors. That's why you're long-term. Get it and key in them. Start saving money for your future.
Thank you very much, Bruce. Okay, so Jais Bank is a good stock to buy. That's what we're saying here. It's actually a good stock to buy. It's been a good stock to buy for a while, and it's still a good stock to buy.
Just like the MPF too. Yeah, the MPF too is so good. These are the only one I know is good because of their earnings, but they've not demonstrated it because they are not painting. You might have a good result if you are not liquid. You can see this mutual benefit results have been good, but they are not demonstrated by rewarding your investor that really have made money. That means we are still doubting that money you are making, because until you share with investor before we now know yes.
Let's give them benefits of doubt. Okay. Over to USCN now. USCN was supposed to, well, according to the report they brought us some months ago, we discussed it here, that they were going to share 51% to shareholders, 1% of their holdings with UPDC, that's their property development to the shareholders of USCN. And the price actually went from, gain like 50%.
Yes, from 7 naira to about 12 naira.
And now they've come out to say that they are actually, they are not sharing.
They've not said they are not sharing anymore, but action is.
Well, they are selling. Custodian Investment is set to acquire 51% in UPDC. So now, what does this mean for the shareholders of USCN that were buying USCN because of the sharing
expectation?
Now that there's no sharing in terms of stock, we don't know if they're going to share the money they're going to get from Custodian Investment, because they have also not said anything about the money they're going to receive. The money from the sale to Custodian Investment. But they were not also clear when they came out with sharing, when they will share or when they won't share. Now
they did to cut off, or
they just left the market to keep on trade however you believe it.
Yes.
So now it's sold 51% to Custodian Investments, sold to UPDC sold to Custodian Investments. So, and USCN is also not saying anything yet about what they're going to do with the money when they get it. I'm just wondering what's going on. They seem to take a decision without ensuring that they are not shooting themselves in the leg. You really cannot hold them to say, well, yeah, we say we're going to sell, but we say we're going to make our decision finally at so time.
Yes.
So you are not going to say, but you said this. They already put a caveat. We say we're going to make the decision. But what do you think? If eventually, they've sold it to Custodian Investment, what is it? What's the benefit to USCN shareholders? What should we expect, since we are no more shareholders?
So what we're expecting? But actually, we preach transparent in this market, and I think that is what the regulator is also standing for. When you are dealing with investors, let them know from the one where we are going. And these people that have confidence in the board and the management, and they invested in that company, that means you need to carry them along when it comes to decisions like this. You know, initially, when they came up with that, then the USN property was doing right. They came out and said, okay, we are trying to stand alone. Let USN property stand alone. You know, that means what we have as our share or stake in this company, we're going to share for our own shareholders in USN property, USN, not the property, not USN, the parent company now. And that news alone, that information, moved the market from around 680 to like 12 naira, because people were saying that it's coming any moment from now. But this same management did not give date, and now, okay, so there was a slowdown. When are they in the cutoff to qualify for this, a special gift or special bonus or special dividend that's coming from, shareholder? If you remember when what's it called, UBA, they were diversified from when the Sanusi said banks should be on their loan. What UBA did that, all those people that asked UBA were giving shares of what? Shares of Africa Prudential, shares of United Capital, and Afri Property. If I can remember. People say, okay, if you are going to stand alone, you want to share these people naturally, and even those shareholders in USN too have to increase their stake so that they can get more of what they are sharing. But along the line now, you didn't give closure date for that. All of them were still hoping, where is closure date? And now I remember that the FD really said that before the end of July, and that during their AGM, that they would tell the closure date and not the conclusion. But surprising to investors again that just within the week now, we are seeing another news that that same what they think to like share now is what they are selling. Bringing that issue also, that issue, the people were not taking their right. This same USN took their right. That means that also increased their stake into the company of around the 94% holding in that company. Now they are selling about 51%. They still have about 40%.
Yeah, maybe they will share that.
They still have about 40% still. They sell total all they have. They are selling 50%. But even my own thing is that even in the publication we saw, or the advice we saw that they sent to NSE, you didn't mention the price you are selling. And we know that the rights issue, they did about 9 billion ordinary share. If you are selling that, even at the offer price to to custodian at 1 naira, it's about 9 billion naira. What are you giving investors from this? You didn't make any move, nothing. You have not said anything. For like you just said, we are still looking about. Investors have to be very careful, because these people, they came to tell you. When I did the board or the management of USN, people tell you, we are going to share what we have here to you, and people rush to buy. People increase their stake. You are not now. You are still waiting in that store. They are not telling you, you have sold part of what you're expecting, part of what you're expecting to another one. For me, I think the management or the board should make things very open and direct for investors to take decision at the right time. But keeping them in the dark or going front and back, it doesn't make anything. That's why regulator has to look at what really boosts investor confidence is about what? Transparency. I can give an example of what happened in Dangote Flour. From the one of that discussion, investors know where they are going. That is called transparency. We are selling at 26 naira. When they negotiate back to 24, they made it known. You know that, if I'm going to receive my own, I'm going to collect 24 naira. And it was easy. If you let them be direct and let us know. The price you are selling to to custodian was not mentioned in the publication they sent to the market. Why? Is there anything that you're covering? This an open market, make things transparent so that people can take decisions that will favor them from your.
Maybe they don't have a price yet.
When you have agreed that you are moving 5% already to custodian, and when the regulator finally will now move the
if you have to go by USN and the way they bring out news sometimes, they're never specific. So maybe they don't know yet. Maybe tomorrow they'll still share the remaining for something percent.
Okay.
Maybe when they get the money from 51%, maybe they'll share
the money too. Okay.
Let's leave them innocent.
No problem. No problem.
Then we can prove them guilty
later.
No. So let's assume they don't have any skeleton.
No problem.
Of course, as Ambrose used to say, investors need to be careful.
Yeah.
That is Ambrose saying, stay away. Because he will never say stay away. He just investors, they need to be careful. So investors, they need to be careful. But let's look at custodian investments. What impacts will this have on their own stock? Their shareholders?
I will tell you that custodian before now have really diversified their operation. and that has supported their price to move from even from the insurance sector to like other financial, because they are into now recently they changed their name to consider investment, not consider not what's it called before allied. Now United that they are really diversified. Even from the publication, they made it clear that the transaction they are doing is for shareholders, the sale of what they are doing. That means whatever they are taking, they are letting their shareholders know this is how to run a company. You'll be transparent, let people know what is in for them. Especially the shareholders are the owner of the company. For me, this company for now has really shown that they have strength of managing fund. If they are going to USN property now, yes, I know that the economic tie and economic happening now is against the the estate business and all, but it won't stay for for eternity. The table will stay turned. But for them taking advantage of this low price to enter that company, I think they know what they are saying. For me, it's going to impact on the bottom line of Custodian Ally. And this is a company that have been consistent in terms of performance. Look at their own paid dividend, 3 dividends, about 10.3 dividend for 20. Now, despite the the situation that many companies are complaining, but the insurance sector can see that they've really proved otherwise, that people are complaining of that premium payment will slow down their numbers. Can see that their numbers are becoming better. That were they deceived us before, but now it tells you that for me, for custodian, I don't have issue. The company know where they are going. If you are thinking of where you can get regular dividend, that is where you can go. Their dividends have been regular. For those that are income investor or dividend investor, this company, you are sure of your dividend and it will come. And also their management style and their performance has also supported their price. And these are the things we are going to look at. If you are buying any stock, what will drive this price? Okay, what is the history? What is the performance of the management? When you do all these things, that is for long-term investors. But for we traders, at times we don't wait for all these things. We'll look at, take our charts, look at where it is, buy and sell. But for those that are investing for long term, you don't just jump into any stock. You look at what is the future of this company, what is their business model, where are they going to. If you want to know this, you can. That's why your investment goal is key. Don't just follow Mr. A. Whether Mr. A is a trader, you don't know. Whether it's an investor, you don't know. You have a goal. Oh, I want to trade with this. I want to invest with this. Then you now set a goal. Your strategy for trading is strategy for what? For investing. What I will use to pick my long-term stocks is not what I want to use to pick my short-term stocks. For that, investors should also come up with the information and also learn.
UPDC, well, USCN has more than 80% there before they
yes, they have about almost 94.
Almost 94. So, I mean, it's USCN.
Yes, now. They are the one that even made the right issues successful.
I rest my case.
Yes.
Okay, let's talk a bit about some regulators and their roles, because we have NSE, there's Nigerian Stock Exchange, we've got CSCS, Central Securities Clearing System, we've got IST, Investment and Security Tribunal, we've got SEC. Okay, all of them, all of them
are watching this market.
Security and Exchange Commission, what are they doing and their roles? Okay, let's begin with Investment and Securities Tribunal. Now, that is the Supreme Court for investment.
Exactly.
So when you hear Investments and Securities Tribunal, like the name Tribunal. So anything investment securities issues, you want to sue A and B issues with your stock, but a lot of times I'm sure they prefer try to settle it off the court first.
Yes, before you know.
And when you cannot reach a compromise, that is what they are there for. So one of their major roles is to actually provide efficient resolution of capital market disputes.
Exactly.
With fairness, flexibility, and transparency. And they are independent. Actually, it's actually established by the government. It's not. They are not reporting to SEC or or NSE. They are standalone. So you can trust their independency. Then of course we've got SEC that protects investment funds and educate the markets.
And also regulate the market.
The
yes, they see everything, and that's why they are coming up with a decentralized process that they can even sit at the back of the office. They know what you have done at your background. If they achieve that, SEC Nigeria will be at the top, because then you don't need to be calling to come and explain, because you have seen what the person have done from your office, unless what they are doing is half, not perfectly as you expected. If you want to really go digitalization, or you want to go, online, you want to do everything, you can see what the other man is doing at the end. You don't need to call. That's why in advanced economy like US, you don't see circling after any company because they see what you are doing from the background. Then if we can, from the back end, if we can achieve that in Nigeria, our regulation will be powerful and we'll see a lot of improvement in that. I think this new DG is really taking a step because it just came in. It was unfolding his strategy or his program for the market, and I know the way it's going. Coming with education again, like potential fund, as you mentioned, this also deepen investors' confidence and the markets become more attractive for people. The one thing is that when you are coming where you know that who will I run to, who is overseeing this thing, the person that overseeing the person is sleeping. That means when if you come, the person will be, but when the person is awake, he's seen everything. When you come, he knows where to press and the solution will come up.
Thank you. Then of course we've got the CSCS. I mean, yeah, we got the CSCS, that's Central Securities Clearance System. They actually they offer transfer of securities from sellers to buyers. So your bots, they move it, they'll move the stock from
they are like
sold to you into your accounts, payment settlements. You want to convert your dividend share certificate, the paper one to electronic, they're there for you. And if you want to see your stock holistically, maybe you have stockbroking accounts in different firms,
yes.
Stockbroking houses. For a token, CSCS will give you the full picture at a glance. So you don't have to be reaching out to this stock house or that stock house.
It's called a special account.
Yeah, so they give. Then of course we go to the Nigerian Stock Exchange. Of course that is where we trade. They monitor the price changes, 10% up, 10% down. They bring up different policies, all for the sake of the investors. So that's just a brief about these regulators. And we're going to break, and after the break, we go straight into earnings reports review. We've got a lot to talk about there. So stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
iReports gets even better with SuperScreen TV. Stand a chance of winning recharge cards for your efforts. Send videos and accompanying description to this WhatsApp line on 0811 1776 314. Viewers can send footages of newsworthy items, breaking news, and other events, and have it feature on SuperScreen television. Stand a chance of winning recharge cards for your efforts. Send videos and accompanying description to this WhatsApp line on 0811 1776 314. iReports gets even better with SuperScreen TV.
Welcome back. It's still the Wealth Clinic show, and we are within the segment where we talk about some earnings reports that actually came in during the week. We've got Flour Mills full year audited 2020. This is the report I'm actually interested in full year. As in, at the end of the whole 1 year, what are you giving us? And Flour Mills, they grew their revenue by 8.79%. Compared to 2019, they also grew their profit after tax. Fantastic, by 184.41%. And I think Ambrose, you said that what accounted for that, the cost of finance came down. I think that's good from the management. Yeah. That's good from the management. And they declared dividend of ₦1.40. When is the qualification date for this?
Yeah, the 14th of August.
14th of August. So after 14th, you can't be qualified.
Yeah.
So if you were interested in enjoying this ₦1.40 dividend from Flour Mill, then you need to buy before the 14th.
Yeah.
I mean, it will be marked down the 14th?
No, that's the qualification. Around on the 17th, they mark down.
Okay, so they mark down the 17th.
You
So
qualify if you are there on the 14th. Apart from that day, you are off.
you are off. But 1 naira 40 kobo to 18 naira plus that is trading now, that's is not up to 10%.
That's about 8% yield. So still okay.
To you, it's okay, but like you said, inflation is more than 12%, or let's say 12%.
I agree with you, but you can still get your capital appreciation in addition to it.
That is for those that are trading.
Yeah, when you add it to, for those that are trading, but when you
Yeah.
add to it, when you are valuing a stock like this, you also add the dividend and the price appreciation. It's part of valuation for performance.
Flour mill is, what do you call these stocks?
Defensive.
Not defensive. They've been around for a long
Yes,
time.
it's
And
an
so
old name.
Yeah, so I'm sure a lot of old people will
Yeah.
probably have them, and I'm sure a lot of old people are probably not interested in trading. So that's why I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at,
The
I bought at
dividend.
18, I'm getting 1 naira 40 kobo as dividend. To me, it's not competing with inflation rate.
Yeah, I agree with you, but there's
Especially those that they've had it since they don't sell.
since they have been doing that, even if you have entered at a good price, even what they are giving you now is even higher. For example, I enter it at when it drops as low as 12 naira. The yield is very high. It's good that buying now, but those that enter at 12 naira, because this stock drop as low as 11 naira before it rebounded to what I'm saying. If I enter at that point, you don't have issue. But we're thinking of the price when the result came to the market.
Okay.
Yeah,
So let's hope you enter at when the price
even
was
though
low.
you are buying at this one, you can still go because slowly they're going to pay you dividend going forward. It's very long-term investor.
Yeah, but then of
But the
course,
performance is
it's
good.
nice.
And it stands out from that sector. If you look at results from Nestle, from Unilever, from Cadbury, these results speak for itself. Very different from other results. That's why it's full year.
How is the market taking it?
Market has guided for 2 days now, Monday to date, have been on the up direction. You should trust the market.
But really, if you look at it from the point, I looked at it from the point of someone that held it from January, I mean, from the beginning of their financial year to the end. That's what I looked at. But if you look at someone that is buying it now, that's probably going to hold it for a month or two, mark down, mark in, you're still making 8% in 2 months. It looks nice.
It's very good.
For 2 months.
When we are going for your
2
trading being
months.
for a whole year, we are thinking of 2.93
For 2 months, it makes sense.
364 days.
Well, for 3 months, does it make sense for a year?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Over to MTN Nigeria, half year 2020. They grew revenue by 12.54%, and profit after tax was down. I wasn't expecting this though,
Yeah, we also
given the
know
fact that a lot of people were
lot of,
online,
yeah.
data usage and all that.
Yeah.
Or maybe we are just assuming, we can be perceiving something and reality may be different actually.
No, actually,
So-
if you look at the profit margin, that the thing is stemming of the high cost of operation, and that is because of high capital, intensive things. For me, it is cost. If you look at the result, you know that it's called for them to say that their data, sales and all those has increased tremendously, even more than 45% according to the report. Shows that they are really a change. Subsequently, if they continue to work on their costs, it will see a better result. But the good thing is that the reward for shareholders has really improved. They paid in 2009. They gave us about 2 naira 94 kobo into the dividend, and this year that they are paying 3 naira 50 kobo. It shows that they know that they've gathered more muscle to pay. That's why they do that.
When is the qualification date for the interim
Same
dividend?
August 14.
How much is MTN now?
I'm changed around 118, 117.
Anyway, it's interim dividend.
It's interim dividend. No, it's interim dividend. Yeah.
Okay, so for those that are interested in enjoying interim dividend,
Because it's part of the.
It's time to buy MTN.
One of the,
If you get to buy, though.
One of the defensive stock that you can take now. Now there's a new normal in everywhere. Now you don't have to adjust the portfolio to suit where it's happening. The telecoms, sector, tech. These are the areas that globally, investors are moving to, because that is where things are going now. I'm telling you, the way it's going, even the opener, the airlines, everything. Traveling will reduce because people can do their Zoom meeting. Like I told you now when we were coming that I've been, on a training since on Monday, 4 to 10 o'clock every day online, and this is happening in US. I'm not in US. Before you say you want to fly for US for training, your company to pay you money that you want to go for training for a week. They pay you more now. I can sit down at the corner of my house, enjoy training from 4 to 10, 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. From the house, I can drink water from here and eat my biscuit from the house. There, it tells that it will really drop things, and this sector will enjoy a lot of traffic in terms of consumption of data, Zoom. For me, schools are online already now.
That's interesting. Airtel, do they do interim dividend too?
They do. Well, Airtel financial year end is March. We just saw their first quarter. They don't release recently, but they want to pay from end of September.
Okay, I'm sure we won't be expecting anything less from them.
Yeah, they should follow the queue.
In absolute terms, though.
They should follow queue. They should follow queue.
Okay, Nestle H1 half year, 2020. Okay, revenue came down
slightly,
marginally, and profit after tax came down more than marginally, though. But then that sector, I don't think any company is performing fantastically there. And for Nestle, in fact, when I saw these results, I kind of forgive Cadbury.
Yes.
Because I was like, okay, Nestle is not doing this. They're the big boy there with all the product line for the unborn and
for the old.
They came out with these results, good management and all. They came out with these results. We have to forgive Cadbury. I forgive Cadbury.
Yeah, no. It's sectoral issue. Yeah, I told you earlier that if you really want to know whether the economy is doing well, you look at your food and beverages or your consumer goods. It will tell you what is happening in the economy, because that shows you what the reflection of the labor market, the earnings level, and the consumption. And this is what drive economy. Your industrial, your output, and finance. These are what drive economy and oil economy. If, for example, you are earning, you must consume.
Of course.
If you consume, the goods on the shelf will leave. The man that produces that goods employ more people to produce more to meet your demand. But if you are not, there is no demand. The man continues to produce and remain on the shelf. The man is not making money. How will he employ people? You start laying the people that are in the office already. That is why government really to do more. Thank God they are really trying to bail out some critical sectors, which they are giving single-digit fund, a bailout fund, intervention fund, which is good. We need to oil that sector because they need to be earn first. You need to earn first. That means all these 68 unemployment level we are seeing now because of COVID-19. We need to do more than let people go back to work. When they work, they can earn more. Like tell you, if you are taking 4 Bovita pack,
Milo.
Milo, correct, sorry. Milo in a month, and it's in a quarter. And now you are not anymore.
You now begin to remember that you are putting on too much
weight. Exactly. you're not exactly. And they will remain on the shelf, and they will not know. This is why earnings is key. When people are earning, the consumer, that is what drives economy. And
well,
also,
there's not
that is where also the banks play. Because if you are earning, need more money, bank give you money to do your business plan. You pay bank interest, that's why any economy that without consumption, that economy is in danger.
But there's nothing to fear. Nestle is a good stock.
Oh,
the sector is good. It will bounce back.
We are not saying the stock is not good, but the good thing is that you too as an investor, like I said, you have your goal. If you're a defensive guy, you can still hold. But if you want to make money, Nestle will not go to 2,000 naira immediately. Because if you want to know that you want to present your capital, you can go there.
I don't ever see Nestle as a trading stock. Why will you be trading Nestle? How many units do you want to buy that will make sense for trading?
Yeah.
Okay, Nigerian breweries. What is going on? Turnover half year 2019 to 2020, if you compare the two, went down 10.8%. Profit after tax went really down more than 50%. You begin to wonder what is going on. When international breweries was wondering what's going on, of course, those ones, they've been down 18, 19, and 20. Now, this 19, their result is better, though. It's because we are comparing 2020 to 2019.
Yeah.
If you have to look at it 2020 standalone, it's not a bad result because
it's bad
their profit after tax is positive. You can't even begin to compare this to international breweries.
That
was negative outrightly.
The international brewery and Nigerian brewery cannot be in the same class. Only they are the same sector, but they are.
That's true.
But now, as you take that, international brewery has become one of the biggest brewery company in Nigeria, but they have not seen impact. Because when they match from almost,
Of what use is it when you're big and you're having negative results? You're not big. You can't stand beside these people making 5.5 billion profits after tax.
Yes, now
and you're returning
negative. I agree with
for
you.
3 consecutive years. Yes. Please stop saying that has been rude to Nigerian breweries.
Yeah,
stop.
Please. No. I disagree with you. I'm telling you, both Nigerian brewery, Guinness, and international, all of them are in a sinking ship already because the economy is
one is drowning already. No, please don't. Please don't. Okay. Negative 2018, 19, 20. This is not a negative result. I mean, 5 billion is a lot.
What I'm saying that is still
I refuse to agree.
From earnings of one at 60 kobo to 70 kobo.
How
Then
about,
what
how
are
about
you
loss
expecting?
how about loss? How about
No,
that?
that actually we understand that, but investors already, the price we're going to reflect it. You can see that the price of Nigeria bill has grown at 21 naira for coming up again. Is it a part of what bad performance in across the
I think there should be sublisting even in sectors.
even this is also the company that also, if not that this company have gone to do bond, no, they're enjoying bond now, and I know that they're paying or commercial paper, let me call it fine. You know, that's why there's, but you see, you go and check the results. It's that this company, even for the past 5 years, that I've been working on.
If they decide to go and take bond, and it's actually enhancing their results, is that not a good decision on the part of management compared to the international bureaus that decide to spend money on marketing and promotion, on administrative expenses, and cost of sales, and those are the three things that actually listed for their loss? I mean, let's give it to whosoever deserves accolade, and
I'm not
stop
saying that their number is bad. I'm saying that the history and the name Nigeria Brewery, the way they are going down the way, they need to buckle up.
They are not going down the drain. It's situation.
And change their business model. For a company that have paid you a dividend of almost 3 naira, 4 naira, it's not struggling to pay 1 naira. It's something is wrong somewhere.
Could it be that people are not drinking alcohol anymore? Yeah? Maybe people are moving closer to God, and they are just not drinking anymore. They drink water. Anyway, that's by the way. Quickly, let's talk about UACN. UACN results, half year 2020. They actually increased revenue by no. Revenue actually came down for UACN. They went from 40.11 billion to 33.63 billion. Comparatively, they didn't do better than 2019, and profit after tax also wasn't better. But if you look at it, 2020, the way it is, revenue 36.63 billion, profit after tax 1.16 billion. I'm wondering, where did 34 billion vanish to? We need to break that down before we see things like marketing and promotion too.
Yeah, it's possible. You see, the cost of operation or other stuff with the boy. I'll tell you, this result is not.
It's not fantastic.
It's not fantastic, but we can take because of the situation. This is what kind of we're expecting in the market. Before we now see some surprises in the market, we can give it to them because of what is happening. But the way they are going, try to refocus and re-strategize in UACN. Fine. That's why I say investors have to be very careful when you're taking a position. Know why you are there and all. I think the company is not sitting down. They are trying to make sure that they come back to their normal operation, because this is a company that investors can really die for before now, because dividend has been consistent. But now, doing their dividend is also draining, to tell you that all is not well as we speak now. But we can take this as impact of what is happening at this moment. Let's see going forward how they, because you don't have to tell me, yes, you put this kind of for half a year. When things improve the economy in third quarter and end of the year, we're still seeing the same thing. Then we'll not start talking. But for us, let's just assume that what happened in April, May really contribute to this decline, because I see that when your top line is not expanding, it means that your business is also struggling. And you can see that that has also affected the bottom line, which is PAT.
And we also need to be careful. We need to watch out for that PAT, maybe Q3 or Q4. Now that they've sold to their holdings, part of their holdings at UPDC to, of course, we might see this, but then if we now see profit after tax maybe next quarter or 2 quarters now, and we see jumping from 10 billion, we know that it's probably not from operation, it's just extraordinary income. So I'm just saying, let us watch out.
Exactly.
Watch out.
I agree with you.
Yeah. Okay. Quick Nimet Pharmaceutical Q3. Q3 2020. This good result. Revenue went up by 42.21, and profit after tax, fantastic. Okay, before we begin to say fantastic, there's a lot. So that it won't be a case of, did they sell something? Is there any extraordinary income there? I didn't see the full results, so I can't say.
This is pure opportunity. There's no extra.
Wow. Then this is fantastic.
See that this result meets what we call quality earnings. Why do you say so? If you look at this quality earnings, look at the top line. It said any earning that is more than 15 plus or 20 plus top is a good earning.
Increase.
The increase is a good earning. Also look at the bottom line. One is also 20 plus. This is almost 600 we are saying. You can also look at, if you check 2019, 1.4 billion against 31 million. You see that then, but now efficiency has come. Not only that, the activities also in the economy has favored the healthcare sector. If you also check, all the results that came from that sector, the one from Fixen, the one from GSK. Only me and Baker have not released their own as to speak now, but this state that came from that sector, they are standing out in the market. What that tells you that there's a shift. Sentiment is moving. That is why I tell people also, if you want to think long for now, because the government also have seen that until they feel this sector will be struggling. Most of our doctors, most of our big men will also be going abroad. But if this sector after COVID-19 is put in place, that means this is a sector one can look at. But also in another advanced country, healthcare sector is a special sector because whether young and old, it's a sector that, but only here because before now, the cheaper drugs coming from outside Nigeria has also affected our operation, both our company now. But now that we're giving attention, give them good fund to run at a cheaper cost, that should expect to impact on across all the companies. Then we can see their numbers is showing because sales has increased, and also they're also enjoying them almost free importation duty because of this this situation we are now. For me, investors should learn this NIMET being third quarter result, having September as year end. They are giving you an insight what is going to happen at the end of the financial year. Because now if they haven't, I think, any per share for third quarter, and the result is as good as if they are making also like 20% finally, you can expect 5 kobo or even 10 kobo from them, which is not a bad one.
They've been paying dividend?
Yeah, that's what they paid was the bonus they gave, bonus share.
Before then?
Yeah, and they'll be paying.
Okay, so it won't be a case of another mutual fund?
No. But the good thing is that the price is low. As an investor, you can take advantage of.
How much is it now?
It's about 1.67 kobo. You can take advantage of the low price.
So 1 million units is just about 1.something million.
And also the share in issue is also very small. That means, you can go there and enjoy with them because when the company share issue is small, it's going to support your earnings. But only that we don't know, now they are giving a free fund not free fund, a reduced rate, whether the government will allow them to pay dividend, all of them we don't know. But I think last year, although others pay dividend, we see dividend coming from GSK, coming from what's it called, Fixen and me and Baker. But this injection of fund, for me, since they are paying interest at all, government should not control them, but pay your loan back. But all ideally, when you are bailing out a sector, I think government control them, whether you don't increase your directors, salary, you don't pay dividend with that period. I don't know the condition we're giving to them to this, but we should look at the performance first will support the price. I tell that the first thing that drives equity price is earnings, and it comes 4 times in a year. That's why we did a video that will guide an investor how to play this earnings season at every quarter. That means you have a plan that in every earnings season you make money because you have inside that what to do within that period. Because they come with another form of momentum and action. Any season is different from normal market. When it's any season, you see that there's always movement. Fund will come, people want to move in and out because they want to reposition their portfolio within that any season. That's why that any season is where you make money if you're a good trader.
Thank you so very much, Ambrose. Thank you, everyone listening to us. So, basically, pharmaceutical sector, hot right now. Agro and allied agriculture.
Yeah.
Hot from time. From time. The banking sector.
Yes, coming of low price.
Have to be careful. Not like Unity Bank, though. I don't recommend. Of course, this brings us to the end of the show. If you have any other questions regarding stock market investment, you can reach out to me. 0806 448 9694. 0806 448 9694. And Ambrose.
080 281 64085. 080-281-64085.
We love stock and we will watch. Of course, we love stock and we want you to invest wisely. Exactly. Thank you for watching this week's episode of Wealth Clinic. It returns same time next week, 9 a.m., same day, Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your day and keep safe.